Welcome back, mystery lovers. Today, we're diving headfirst into some of the strangest, creepiest, and most unexplainable photographs ever taken. From ghostly figures and cryptid creatures to bizarre artifacts that may or may not prove time travel is real. So grab your tinfoil hats, suspend your disbelief, and let's explore the mind-bending world of photos that just don't make sense. And hey, if any of these blow your mind, hit that like button and drop a comment with your favorite theory. Let's get weird. The Voynich manuscript, history's most confounding book. Let's kick things off with what many consider the most mysterious book in the world. The Voynich manuscript, discovered in 1912 by Polish-Lithuanian bookseller Wilfred Voynich, is written in an entirely unknown language, one that's baffled codebreakers, linguists, and even AI. Dating back to the early 1400s, it's filled with bizarre illustrations of alien-looking plants, celestial charts, and strange bathing rituals involving groups of naked women in green pools. Yeah, it's weird. And despite countless attempts by historians, military cryptographers, even the FBI, no one's managed to crack the code. Some people think it's an elaborate hoax from the Renaissance. Others say it's a lost alchemical or herbal medicine guide. But here's the kicker. AI models trained on ancient languages have scanned it and still can't identify any known linguistic patterns. It's not just gibberish. It's structured, purposeful, but totally unrecognizable. Could it be a record from a forgotten civilization? Or maybe a book from another world? Fun twist. The manuscript even popped up on an episode of Ancient Aliens. Because of course it did. The SS Watertown Ghost Faces, Spirits of the Deep? Next up, we set sail for a spooky sea tale. In 1925, crew aboard the SS Watertown claimed to have witnessed something straight out of a horror movie. Two sailors had tragically died while cleaning a cargo tank, and a few days later, their faces appeared in the waves beside the ship. Not once, but repeatedly. Another crew member, James Courtney, snapped a photo of the ghostly visages. And get this, the photo was examined by Kodak and the Christian Science Monitor. Their verdict? No evidence of tampering. Was this a sign the spirits hadn't found peace, or just a freak trick of light on the ocean's surface? Some skeptics say it's pareidolia, that thing where your brain sees faces in clouds. But believers? They see it as proof that souls can linger. Let me know what you think. Creepy coincidence or photographic evidence of the afterlife? Billy the Kid playing croquet. Now, this next one is as wild as the Old West itself. Imagine buying a $2 photo at a flea market and realizing it might show Billy the Kid himself playing croquet. Yeah, croquet. The most civilized sport imaginable. The tintype photo, purchased in 2010, is believed by some to show Billy and members of his gang, the Regulators, in a casual game. If real, it would be only the second confirmed photo of Billy the Kid, making it priceless. But critics say nah, Billy was an outlaw, not a country club regular. Croquet? Really? Facial recognition tech even supports the match, but some historians point out the scene seems too tidy, too modern. Is this an example of misunderstood history, or a staged image that's fooled the world? Here's something you might not know. Johnny Depp was once rumored to be interested in making a movie based solely on this photo. Now, that's a plot twist. The Cooper family photo. A ghost in the frame. The 1950s Cooper family photo looks like any other vintage portrait, until you see it. A blurry, dark figure is hanging upside down in the background, suspended in midair. No one remembers seeing anyone there. It's become one of the most widely shared ghost photos online, and it's sparked theories from spirit caught mid-manifestation to demonic presence. Paranormal investigators call it one of the most compelling examples of unintentional ghost photography. Skeptics say it could be a photographic error or maybe even a doll falling mid-shot. But that hasn't stopped it from becoming a modern-day campfire legend. What would you do if you found this hanging in your grandma's attic? Hook Island sea monster, the Loch Ness of Australia. Let's talk cryptids. In 1964, Robert Le Serret captured what looked like a giant tadpole-like creature near Hook Island in Queensland, Australia. It had eyes, a gaping mouth, and stretched nearly 25 meters long. Some believe it's a prehistoric survivor, a plesiosaur or sea serpent. Others are convinced it was a weighted plastic sheet staged for attention. But here's where it gets interesting. Luz Sarek was trying to raise funding for an underwater documentary at the time. Is this a forgotten sea monster? Or just some early DIY special effects? Also, sidebar. Why are sea monsters always caught in the blurriest photos known to man? Cyclone the ghost in the back seat. A spirit's last ride? Now this one gives me chills every single time. Let's rewind to 1959. Mabel Chinery is visiting the grave of her recently departed mother. It's a somber moment, but she decides to snap a photo of her husband, who's sitting in the front seat of their car. Seems innocent enough, right? But when that photo was developed, oh boy, it was anything but ordinary. Clear as day, sitting in the back seat, is a translucent figure of a woman. And not just any woman. Mabel immediately recognized her as her deceased mother. Cue the goosebumps. What's wild is that experts at the time, including a photography analyst, confirmed the image had not been tampered with and showed no signs of double exposure, which was the usual culprit for ghostly images back then. So, if it's not a hoax, what is it? Was her mother's spirit simply tagging along for one last ride? Or maybe trying to send a message from beyond? Some say it's a loving visitation. Others, well, they're not so sure. I mean, would you be okay with a ghost hitching a ride in your backseat? Let me know in the comments because this one has serious paranormal activity vibes. Sunglasses the time-traveling hipster. Fashionably late or early. Okay, let's talk about one of the internet's all-time favorite conspiracy photos. The time-traveling hipster. Taken in 1941 during the reopening of the South Fork Bridge in British Columbia, this image shows a crowd of people dressed in typical 40s fashion, except for one guy. There he is, wearing what looks like a graphic t-shirt, a zip-up hoodie, modern sunglasses, and holding a camera that looks suspiciously out of place. He literally looks like he walked out of an H&M catalog and into a time portal. Naturally, the internet exploded. Was he a time traveler caught on camera? Some argue the sunglasses and clothes could have existed in the 40s, but that doesn't explain the modern vibe he gives off. Others suggest he's part of a secret government experiment. Cue the X-Files theme, or maybe a tourist who stumbled into the wrong timeline. And let's not forget this photo surfaced in 2010, right when memes were exploding and hipster culture was peaking. Coincidence, or carefully timed reveal by someone or something, trying to tell us something? What do you think? Time travel, Photoshop, or something in between? Mobile phone paintings with smartphones, old art, modern tech? Now, let's jump back even further. There are several Renaissance-era paintings that appear to show people holding what look eerily like smartphones. One famous example? A painting by Peter de Hooch shows a woman handing a small, dark, rectangular object to another person. The pose? Suspiciously like someone checking their texts. And it doesn't stop there. In another vintage photograph, a Native American man appears to be holding a slim, flat object that resembles a smartphone, facing it like he's checking GPS. Now, obviously, the rational explanation is these are books, mirrors, or small cases. But what if they're not? What if we're seeing actual remnants of time travelers caught in historical moments? Alien the Chilean creature. Alien or optical illusion. Now, deep in the lush forests of Chile, we get one of the strangest and most debated cryptid photos ever taken. Picture this. Two men on horseback, minding their business, and somewhere beneath the horses appears a tiny humanoid figure with an oversized head. It's barely distinguishable, but once you see it, you can't unsee it. The image is grainy, sure, but its mystery is in the detail. Some claim the figure looks distinctly non-human, with a large cranium and disproportionate limbs, which has sparked theories of alien presence. Could this be a visitor from another world, accidentally caught on camera? Skeptics argue it's probably just a child walking past, distorted by motion blur and bad lighting. But here's where it gets weird. Multiple UFO sightings were reported in that same region that very week. A coincidence? Maybe. But add in Chile's long history of UFO encounters, some even documented by the military, and suddenly, this illusion doesn't seem so innocent anymore. Have a look at that photo and ask yourself, toddler or traveler from the stars? Brick the geophone rock anomaly, alien structures on the moon? Let's take this out of Earth's atmosphere. Apollo 17, 1972. Astronaut Eugene Cernan snaps a photo of the moon's surface. Everything looks normal until viewers start spotting something strange in the background. Triangular, pyramid-like structures just chilling on the lunar landscape. NASA didn't say much. They never do when weird things pop up in moon photos. But conspiracy theorists went nuts. Could this be evidence of ancient alien bases? Or maybe even the ruins of an extraterrestrial civilization that once called the moon home? There's even a theory that these anomalies were intentionally left behind, either as monuments, landing guides, or beacons waiting to be reactivated. Skeptics say it's just rock formations playing tricks on the eye. But here's a question. Why hasn't NASA sent anyone back since Apollo 17? It's been over 50 years. With all our tech today, why stop at a place that's supposedly so important to explore?